Anjing lah. Hari-hari restream, hari-hari restream. Bingung gue, padahal gue udah ini loh. Gue udah apa? Udah ini, udah gue restart sebelum live loh. Padahal biasanya aman anjir. Kesel banget anjir. Aduh. Enggak, masalahnya tuh ya, keselnya mau tau apa? Tiap hari, cok. Tiap fucking hari. What the heck? Padahal pas Pasifik enggak loh. Tiap jam segini lagi. Selalu setiap jam segini, cok. Oh gila, capek banget, capek banget. Tadi apa ya? Bodohan, ini pembodohan. Udah, jangan lupa di like lagi ya guys ya, bisa dibantu. Aduh, males bener sebenarnya. Masa tiap hari kayak gini anjir? Go Indigo. Gak tau tiap jam segini selalu kayak gini anjir internet gua, gak tau kenapa. Ya jadi setiap jam segini, iya makanya. Pada FUP gue aman, koneksi gue aman, tadi nggak ada apa-apa. Setiap jam segini entah kenapa dia kayak gitu anjir. Orang di sini ada nggak? Siapa tahu di sini ada teknisi IndiHome. Langsung gue sebut aja dan namanya lah, gue saking keselnya nih. Ada nggak di sini di antara kalian teknisinya? Gue pengen nanya nih, kenapa setiap jam segini rungkat? Hey. Babi lah. Tetangga gua Minkai. Bentar Minkai, gua telepon teman gua yang kerja di. Jadi rame tuh laporan tuh. Aduh. Ya anjir, gua harus nanyain sumpah ini. Masanya tiap hari, cok. Kesel banget gua. Udah pakai kabelan. Iya, gua justru pakai kabelan ini. Kalau enggak mungkin sekuat ini gua nge-live ininya. Good to see you back. Ya anjir, gua harus tanyain sumpah, ini. Ke CS-nya langsung. Ini kira-kira kenapa ya setiap jam segini ada pematian selama 5 detik yang kayak nggak penting gitu loh anjing. Nyolot gitu oke gak sih? Restart.
Paybrex did a good job of shutting that down in map number 1, but I think it's a lot harder to deal with this breach when Loud will be on defense on Sunset.
And especially, we go back to something that we already saw on Ascent. No Sentinel for this team. So of course, we see the stage, but it is not the same. A Sunset with no Cypher, but both Vipers on both the sides. I'm looking at the Vi and how he's going to be using those walls, not only for him, for Moniet, and how Loud is going to...
Gue masih mau nanyain.
No matter who's on the team around him, Sodox Loud has an expectation of
Mana ya?
making it deep in these international runs. They lost to
Gue udah lama nggak, gue tuh nggak pernah komplain anjir, jarang banget gue komplain. Tapi kalau udah kayak gini, udah parah banget, cok.
Here for the final battle between Loud and PaperX. If PaperX end it here, they will sunset the run of Loud, or Loud can force a map 3. Let's send it back over to Brennan Sideshow for the call.
Exactly right. It's Loud who are now on the chopping block in this elimination game, our first one of the playoffs. And PaperX coming out with some surprising form, surprising improvements, you know, against all regular expectations, I will say. And now we set our sights on to Sunset, the second map here of this series. Should be relatively easy.
Nanti deh.
To play this map. They're quite good at it.
Kita lihat map 2 dulu. Lihat PaperX menangin map 2 dulu. Let's go.
We're gonna see immediately take some mid control. The clashing tiles.
Yeah, they're just trying to fight.
Waduh.
Watching for it.
Tuis. I think he got a collide.
Itu banget nih mulainya nih.
A ridiculous beginning.
Langsung 3 hilang.
Now they can expect Mindfreak, who's worked his way in. He's thinking twice about it now. Backs himself into market. What a beginning. I mean, the smoke deep down, not expecting that Tile's aggression there. That just comes down to a game of chance.
Kalau kayak gini juga sulit buat
PaperX is so happy to
G anjir.
the
Itu jago-jagonya dia, cok.
that is ever present in this game. I hope that it works out in their favor. The smoke there to try to block off certain sight lines coming from bottom mid. But as you say, they just had no idea that Loud were going to run a pistol, which also involved them charging towards mid through tiles.
They want to take the fight straight to him, try and earn a few more of these ults, less onto the corner.
It's a good idea for QC
Sulit lah, udah sulit.
push through that, see if he could find the kill.
Yeah.
It's going to be his ult that they try to build up early, but
Sulit lah, di awal udah hilang 3 tuh gimana anjir.
to open things up. It's actually very close. Two kills and a
good
death, plus
beginning.
the ult orb.
Iya lagi.
I mean, yeah, they're just using that deep smoke to hide from the potential deep dart that gets used. Loud just above the sign of market.
Yeah. It's a specific counter-strike pistol, and Loud just happened to utterly destroy it.
Right here.
And now, PaperX stacking towards the A site.
Inkai kata temen gue biasanya jam 2 itu restart server biar lancar di refresh auto.
Just a call, like there could be that presence in
Capek banget anjir.
He's completely alone here. He's going to get overwhelmed. And now PaperX
Masalahnya jam Madrid ini
over towards A. So,
jam 2 masih jalan anjir.
You've always got to be worried with PaperX. Is there still one
Bisa nggak kalau khusus punya gue jangan di restart nih.
due diligence.
Bisa nggak selama Madrid jam 5 aja restartnya? Slow banget gua.
No deep flash. Along with that, I mean a dizzy, a wingman, everybody collided and collected into that deep corner here.
Udah internet pakai FUP. Server restart tiap jam 2.
One player to stand is 2 years on 1 HP. Smoking onto the spike, it's turned just like that. Wall up, divide, blocking it, has to be broken here, but a reload for
Harusnya dapat sih ini.
and he's so loaded, it just feels like he can't get the spam bullets on, spraying through, just needs one to really hit it. It's a massive
Nice one. Gak apa-apa. Gak apa-apa gak dapat senjata. Yang penting satu dulu, satu. Cross never back itu udah gak peduli cow dia. Ini pokoknya gue stick ya, Pai. Nah gitu tuh main break tuh.
Flood defending back B is one of the most successful ways you can possibly play this map. And when you have flash dizzy combos to get
Oke, good morning. Halo, siapa Jundi? Welcome.
and then Sage Walls
Tadi belum like di sini, di like dulu ya. Ini restream soalnya.
Loud are going to find it difficult in post plant situations.
Kesel banget gua. Kayak acara restream segala gini tiap jam 2. Masalahnya kalau emang mereka restartnya tiap jam 2, gua restart router pun sebelum jam itu juga sama aja, nanti jam 2-nya bakal restart nggak sih dianya secara otomatis.
And Forsaken also with pretty decent awareness on the other side, even though that one way missed.
Yeah, into this corner, he's really stuck here. There's no repositioning.
Aduh,
They've
ketret.
overwhelmed them. Doesn't matter about the superior weapry. Needs to be that refight, the repeak as well.
Nice banget. Harusnya ketahuan bisa di situ.
Their rifles aftershock can't be walking too far into this one.
Gila, apa aja itu yang dilempar anjir. Ya ampun, kasihan banget Top G lagi-lagi. Hari-hari Ji. Ya ampun, kena dong. Ya ampun.
MasterCard are getting their money's worth today. I mean, we're coming off the back of the gen.g game where we just had thrifties.
Ya, padahal itu nggak ke-scan kan. Di akhir-akhirnya ke-scan anjir, what the fuck?
In what way was Forsaken
Di akhir-akhirnya ke-scan, what the fuck, man?
He can walk backwards whilst keeping his
Tadi awalnya enggak loh.
A-link. They could have set up a double face.
Yeah, they could have.
He's just kind of shoved himself in a corner looking to try to take the fight. I assumed he was just going to continue backing up.
Terima nasib. Gak bisa, nanti gue tetap harus komplain. Gue mau komplain. Mbak nggak tahu saya siapa, Mbak. Saya tuh Senpai loh, Mbak. Siapa Anda?
You're joking.
Anjing.
Siapa
coy Senpai?
And they've gained control and ground and another kill. You cannot be doing this.
Mbaknya bingung anjir. Hah?
The MasterCard representatives will be very happy, but it's not exactly the most
Merasa gede gini anjing.
Alerting the presence, at least to know now that a few loud players are here. Spike's still top down, but they coordinated off and they've obtained those rifles and they're using it to great success.
Muka udah nggak kelihatan, PNG doang ya.
The Spike up, but listen,
Merasa gede lagi.
left to stand.
Nice banget.
You can't overcome it.
Nice. Nice. Dia apa sih triple lagi nih? Sama kayak Sentinel tadi, Cok. Sama kayak Genji lawan Sentinel di split tadi aja, triple mulu.
And Loud, think of things from their perspective just for a moment here.
3 kali berturut-turut loh.
The pressure is on them. They're playing against a difficult opponent. They've only matched up against once, and they lost that time. Expectations are mounting for them to try to make a podium finish.
Tempur.
You get the pistol win,
Tripur.
throw it away, you win it back, and it disappears out of your hands again.
Bingung nih, coachnya bingung, masing-masing coach bingung ini.
Loud.
A true roller coaster of emotions. Now, Kalian's trying to get Tiles to use this fault line that goes sideways and covers both sides.
Genji udah fix juara 1 kami lah.
So once again,
Grand final aja belum anjir. Astaga, ini masa triple lagi, Cok. Masa kalahin rekor yang tadi 4 kali berturut-turut banget nih triple-nya nih.
Scramble my words. I meant worse weaponry. The utility was fantastic. But that's Kalian's trying to get that deep Tiles position, and this time no one from Paper X punishes him for it.
Pecahin rekor anjir. Dalam 1 hari loh, pecahin rekor anjir.
And a little bit of gambling of where Paper X want to fight.
QCK will lead the charge here, making sure all the areas are cleared. Into the side, Kawazine dart into a risky position.
Waduh, ada gila-gilanya men.
By Mindfreak is immediately punished. 2 left to stand, 2 left to fight. Paper X. What have they got in them? Really
anjir beneran Cok ini Cok. Beneran triple lagi Cok.
Does have the money to make a go of this, but does he really still opt into it?
Triple mulu nih, nggak capek apa mereka anjir?
The thing is, their economy is still in a good spot because we've just been sent through the tombola machine. You never know what's coming out the other side, and we're all getting shaken up and down.
Backside position though, quickly, Devi is going to be swarmed from this position. Molly
Nine.
at the feet, dropping down. And
Anjir, triple lagi.
So much precision.
Triple lagi.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll activate the space.
Ayo lagi yuk.
Mastercard thrifty.
Oh enggak Cok, Peprexnya beli. Peprexnya beli. Gak triple lagi ini harusnya. Udah beli.
To be able to get online. You're not supposed to really have access to these big ultimates as soon
Alex.
as the economy starts going for you.
Apa sih anjing?
Paper X are one away from being broken here. Not that
Apa
that's
sih?
in this map. And now Lauda pretty close to some big ults. Now I'm looking at Kalian's
Kalau udah kayak gitu,
He sends an early fault line up towards A and is trying to take space off
Alex
the back of the
resah.
recon. But look, he is quite exposed in mid here. And he's trying to take this Tiles position. The second fault line perhaps for a later re-clear over towards A. If indeed you had somebody like Forsaken looking to fight there or something with his operator.
Oh banget tuh.
Quite slow and steady though.
In-game leader Peprex siapa min kayak nggak ada.
But they have multiple tools.
Itulah keunikan mereka, salah satu keunikan tim ini. Gak ada IGL-nya. Dulu ada, band Kai, sekarang udah nggak ada. Siapapun bisa nge-call.
And if you break it, you give away that there was serious pressure behind that.
Pinging up onto the top of it. I mean, Devi loves to play on top of this here. Great flash. Taken rattles off a few bullets, lets them know his
Nice reaction.
He's going to be sent into the opposite direction there with 2 tags. They seek to try and make a go of this one here. Pop Flash plays the Hunter's Fury at his back to set it up.
Waduh.
Anti-flash position. Okay, so Loud.
Dia nggak expect ternyata udah sejauh itu anjir. Pushnya.
themselves now into this site. Will they choose to use any more ultimates? A bit of random spray once more by Devi. It's that Phantom at play, at work. It's a bit of chip damage, but nothing really more to show for it. And here it is.
4 players blinded.
That big one with
Waduh,
the
di cancel anjir. Padahal 4 player blindnya 4 player anjir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waduh.
Something. No chance here on the
Oke, saving dulu.
Just run tail between his legs.
PaperX's composition is fantastic on those A retakes. You saw the amount of utility that was flying towards Loud, and they still managed to come out the other side unscathed. Mostly, I think, due to the fact that Kalian had managed to save his ultimate. They were thinking about investing it. You could see Kalian positioned in a spot where he was thinking of ulting sight towards A. But they took the gamble, saved it for the post.
Secret Omen Viper tinggi juga ya main kayak iya.
Now Kalian.
Oh my god. Oh.
Kalian dying to spike there.
Kena tapi.
Don't ask me.
Luckily they've got money to spare.
Yeah. But that's a great punish onto Forsaken. Unless choosing to try to take the aggressive option, not caught by any of that retake utility. It was perfect. Lesson Kalian stepping up for Loud.
Yeah.
Mungkin dulu member PaperX yang udah keluar siapa aja? Keluar ya. Shiba, Benkai sama Jing berarti udah 3.
Well, you can clearly see that they have an anti-strat prep with regards.
Oh iya, sama CGRS, sorry. Gua melupakan CGRS gini.
Recon, right? So maybe you try to lean into that a little more and put pressure onto tiles. That was clearly their game plan coming in, and just because you lost the pistol round doesn't mean that you're always going to lose a fight happening there. But I think the other part of it too is that they just allowed, because of the craziness of how this map began, allowed to start getting some big ults online. And to be honest,
udah inactive juga. Gak bakal bisa main juga season ini sampai season depan kayaknya Jing.
Look like it.
And it is so important in moments like this to not overcorrect. If you have the right ideas and they're just not working, you might still want to stick to them. Like I was talking about earlier, PaperX do have a lot of variance in the way that they play. When you have two teams like this that are so down to just opt into fighting against each other, it is going to vary. Form is going to play an enormous factor.
I feel like just the coin flip at times here. We could buy 4 PaperX. We'll see if it makes a difference.
Main breaknya nggak seberapa main juga nih kayaknya. Biasanya main breaknya bisa dapat ininya, dapat lurking mulu biasanya main breaknya. Tapi map controlnya Lord bagus kayaknya.
Acknowledgement there with the dizzy going down, so they know that there's players lurking around. A slow
Dan kayaknya lagi di GE ya. Dia kan dulu PaperX.
No, and you can see that Loud is starting these rounds really passively. They're making sure to not go for any deep plays over towards mid. Or Mindfreak. Barely going into B main until just now. Spot the shoulder of Mindfreak.
Damn.
Away. Did they even really get confirmation there that he has a rifle? I'm not sure.
Mindfreak position. Always trying to tuck himself up onto the box here. Are they even going to be aware of it through slow orb at their feet? Kalian. Few random bullets, he might think it's cleared. It's not.
Bagus banget. Udah good. Udah good banget, Fai. Udah good banget. 3 lawan 1.
Positioning flipped around, weaponry handed over.
Untung itu nggak di-spray lama-lama ya sama bridge-nya.
PaperX now listen, the spike is on Les's side, but he's gonna have no opportunity to really get a free plan off here. Molly down.
Gila. Monyet rada go. Rada itu nggak sinyet. Rada itu nggak sinyet. Rada berlebihan sih itu.
Just to cap off how absolutely crazy this game has been. We have another thrifty round, powered by Mindfreak being able to get a Q play in this corner and Kalian not really able to clear it.
Hampir itu kalau kalah. Itu kalau kalah pasti.
Unless does what he can, but it's just.
Itu kalau kalah pasti udah banting meja itu. Aduh.
Taking the risk,
Tangan udah di atas itu, kalau sampai kalah langsung digebrak itu. Langsung eco slam dia. Boom.
Oh my goodness. It's PaperX taking a fight straight to them. Yeah, Loud opted into that pace increase. They wanted to try and fight it. It ends up them being punished. One-way smoke.
Nice banget.
This is just
Let's go.
on display.
That's wild. That caught me completely off guard. I mean, Loud have been playing such slow defaults to start these rounds off. Focused on main control, but not that fast. Forsaken almost caught a timing.
Oh, timingnya bagus banget.
Yeah, sticking wide and out.
Bagus.
Yes,
One hit. 8 darah.
Has the spike in his hands, but he'd have to do a lot more.
Gak mungkin dong.
Make this winnable, especially when he's on 8 HP.
And I'm not exactly sure what the read was there for Sadak in this round, but PaperX have been fighting with 2 or 3 players every single time over towards A main. I think you've got to start trying to take space in the early round somewhere else on the map. You can go back and late re-clear with the fault line or the drone, but I think trying to just run in and take that fight straight up is gonna be so difficult.
Untung ay. Nice.
There are so many tools, though, that PaperX have at their disposal with this no duelist composition. If you ignore A main completely, sometimes Divide might just wall it off, and then they can just ignore it. I mean, what are the chances that both teams just decide to fight A main that fast? The flash connections were so perfect. PaperX fight through all of the smoke utility to get the kills.
Yeah, not just the flash connections, I mean the shots on target too.
Yeah.
Pelan-pelan.
That's something that I was a little concerned about going into this game, actually. Loud are going to take a tactical timeout, but I felt like from what we had seen over the course of the rest of the
Pelan-pelan,
tournament,
boys.
Loud had more players stepping up with their individual form. You know, less is just always a monstrous player. But I feel like QCK's had some big moments. Tui's has been playing better than expected too, and Kawanzi's been like putting in some solid work at times. When I was looking at the other side of things for PaperX, it was only really Forsaken that was blowing me away. Something had some big moments, but wasn't always there. Today, he's been on fire. If you want to look at one individual that turns
something on fire sih hari ini. Harus lu akui, something lagi gacor.
And you've also been getting better
Gak kayak biasanya kemarin-kemarin.
as he spends more time with pressure on him on the stage.
Some of that Alex has been alluding to.
Jacknya kemarin lah, bukan kemarin lah pas lawan gen.g.
That stage experience being so valuable for a team like PaperX when they've been making these adjustments, trying to find that identity, I think. But listen, if it's form that carried them to this point right now, the ideas and time are kind of flourishing, honestly. They've got good reads, they've got good adaptations, they've got good counter strats prepped and planned. They're making it so damn hard right now for Loud to try and deal with.
Again, PaperX start 3 players ready to fight over A. And Loud go for the exact same default setup again. You know, Sova, Viper over towards A, Kawanzi in tiles. Ready for any kind of mid-aggression, sure, but not actually taking aggressive map control in B main or market, anything like that.
For mid, face wide, doubled up in the high-low, but no casualties or kills. He's making a mess of it.
But nice, QCK-nya dapat.
Him to rest.
Yeah, the Mosh got a kill and Sadak's just sticking the orb
Wow.
in these guys' faces.
Oh, win. Oh, no.
Wait. He's what?
Nyet.
What's going on?
Lu jangan kebiasaan deh, Nyet. Nyet, sumpah Nyet. Lu jangan kebiasaan kayak gitu, Nyet. Sumpah, Nyet. Jangan kebiasaan, sumpah.
No, he wouldn't be. He'd be on the other side of the map, of course.
He certainly is. Without the Omen ult to be able to make the play happen. Thrash hunting him out.
Ini yang bikin Coach Alex marah-marah nih yang gini-gini, Cok.
Misdirection might be working to the favor.
Kebiasaan anjing.
Now, time pressure will work against him. Spike has dropped down into no man's land.
If something gives him
Ori stream biasa Indigo setiap jam 2 restart.
Really begins, but he was just aiming in the wrong location. 4 kills in the round for something.
And this round, Loud did
Monyet adalah dark system.
Early round market control. But QCK started walking into mid after they realized PaperX weren't fighting it, and then was looking to prod towards
Sabar kayak gue juga kesel.
But there was no smoke.
Kebiasaan anjir.
Mid, not enough players in mid to dominate those sight lines. And so there's a kerfuffle that happens over there that PaperX come out, I guess, to the
Kebiasaan Singapura jangan dibawa semuanya.
Fake like it's
Tuh
happening
kan?
towards A, and the PaperX players just peek. The more mess that's involved,
Itu mau makan orang, sumpah. Itu mukanya Alex udah mau makan orang anjir.
Fast play again. Deep molly, deep dart, flash into the corner. Monyet's here with the judge. No clearance. It's starting to get sloppy. Indeed. And guess what?
Nice banget.
Where a team like PaperX thrives. Pound for pound, his team They were born and bred in the
Nice.
chaos. And they're showcasing exactly
Monyet lagi bawa pisau lagi. Bawa pisau lagi Nyet. Ayo Nyet.
This squad still yet walks straight into it. 2 years again. Brought into
Bukan orangnya tapi mejanya.
Another round, another loud player.
Hey. Aduh namanya susah banget.
Surrounded.
Come to the member by the way.
PaperX,
Thank you udah jadi member. Dipakai emojinya biar abu-abu ini. Let's go.
they're really not adjusting their defensive setup too much. It's that Loud cannot come up with the
Gila
answers.
Nyet.
We've now seen 4 rounds in a
Ngeselin
row,
banget ya.
following the same kind of trend, where Loud want to take control of A and push PaperX back, and they can't figure out how. The judge, the paranoia, the swings from both sides, just getting pulled into the maw of PaperX.
I saw smiles on the faces of the PaperX players. Of course it would be.
Gila mood swing banget ya Monyet. Apa si Alex ya? Mood swing
Scary
banget
when
tuh
he
jadi
starts,
orang.
Actually, you don't expect it.
This
Gara-gara
is the first
timnya
time
kayak gini.
PaperX decide not to fight over towards A, so we might see a very different round here. Loud are actually being given this space. PaperX anticipating that they would change it up.
Tumben jarang
They don't
teriak,
go
jadi
ahead and
streamnya
take
nggak
it. We've just
seberisik biasanya.
beaten them.
Capek. Capek teriak mulu.
Not to be deterred though.
Lagian lagi posisi menang, aman mah.
Builds up.
Ini lagi mode optimis.
Deep drone that wasn't used to clear elbow, so they can
Gak perlu
start to use
teriak-teriak.
that now towards the site. Munyet, his position is vulnerable here. It's a pop flash play to set him up with a bit of supportive utility. Wants to disengage now with a smoke dropped down. No command, feeling the heat, feeling the pressure.
That's a weird one actually, because it looks like they're playing for retake, but they've popped the null command. And Loud think that they're anchoring the site, so they haven't committed. This is a strange standoff.
Line in the sand has been
Teriaknya
drawn.
lagi ditabung buat champion ya kayak
Mid here, 2 years.
semoga masuk champion, harus masuk sih.
Sticking that one, so he's given himself a deep position to mid. Probably won't matter too much. Munyet might be eager though for a challenge. Here, how's your reaction time, son?
Astaga, timingnya bagus banget.
Untung
lah itu masih hidup. Yang ini, masalahnya di sini. Masalahnya di situ Nyet. Nice banget, nice banget. Ayo, apa lu? Apa lu? Ada coverannya bro.
Even when Loud are given control of elbow, PaperX still find a way
Wakil
to
duta Allah.
Just 5 rounds in a row now.
Nice banget, nice banget.
Back and forth beginning when no team could really get a handle on the economy.
Lompat sih.
Everything
Ini pada lompat semua nih, musuhnya ada apa ini?
That this was a lower eco buy as well, but it's all just been getting crushed.
Ingat masih punya teman, ingat masih punya teman.
Surely Loud are going to change things up. And this time their attacking setup, does look slightly different. PaperX have already
Leash, help me Leash.
tiles flash mid.
Ada ketawanya juga tuh. Nice banget Nyet. Wah, Monyet lagi menyala ini. Walaupun ngeselin tapi oke lah.
It is a great read though from Les. He realizes that if they're fighting over mid, they can't be doing their normal A setup. So he takes this timing into elbow. There is a chance that a bullet could find the back of something's head here.
He's not watching for it.
Waduh.
So he will be falling.
Oh, lewat ini orang tiba-tiba. A-nya lepas dong berarti jadinya. B-nya udah ada Piper Speed ya udah pasti ke A dong.
Falling down, he certainly could and really turn this into
Nggak bisa dipuji, Cok. Nggak bisa dipuji.
Dropping like flies.
Baiknya nggak dipuji.
B3 here, Loud have a massive advantage here with the pit with the rolling thunder. Really just letting it loose and letting it rip here. Sky high, that's the Vi. It's going to be flying forwards and won't be able to withstand any sort of
Udah nggak bisa apa-apa Cok. Ini main break. Fuck me man. Gimana aku mau nge-clutch ya kayak gini Cok.
Gets his value on the lure.
Aaron sudah
With 5.
anjing.
About whether or not that's going to be enough.
Who knows?
There was a serious streak there of dominance from PaperX on the defense side. And I do like the way that PaperX play their attack too. I think both of these teams are very confident in Sunset. Still, anybody's
dia
game,
maju ya tadi ya.
but Loud the team under the most pressure.
Of course, listen, it's elimination. They're already one map behind. It's going to have to be that comeback, starting at the pissed around in that second half. Before we even get into that as well, earlier we did hear from Forsaken, just heading into the series.
Ini emang like-nya 9 apa gimana ya? Coba di-refresh dulu. Dan teman-teman yang belum like, di-like dulu ya.
For-Second and I play for team PaperX against gen.g.
Nah, ini ada pesan dari Monyet. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan! Ji! Mantap, Ji! Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Udah.
Whatever.
Something needs to do a little bit more. He's done some
Bang, udah,
damage, and
Bang.
there's the follow-up. A shot right
Ada
to
pesan dari
Dexter's
monyet.
temple. That's going to put us in a 4v2 with PaperX. Definitely favored to take this pistol now. Forsaken, Fallen. A little bit more of a chance. Something, though, delivers. Okay, he's up top and not spotted. Easy peasy.
If we meet Loud, I mean, I'm just gonna go all in, and I hope you guys enjoy our W gaming, you know. Actually, I feel like we shouldn't have been in the playoff. We should have been like lost, like long time ago, maybe against TH or KC. Because I felt like lucky, I would say last time, but you know, like I said, when we go our bracket, and every time we already played the match, finished the match, no matter we win or lose, we will like improve very fast. And hopefully in our bracket, we will show you guys on our improvement.
Let's go. Trash.
Yeah, Forsaken just handling, that pressure like water off a duck's back. Coming into this entire tournament, just with the lowest of expectations.
Kata-kata himbuannya, you know? Lu tau gak sih? Kalau di Indonesia itu. Lu tau gak sih?
At the half of a decider map.
Yeah, I think that one of the big problems for PaperX is that their previous playstyle involved them being in the flow state, of all just having the same understanding of what was going on. And the more that you try to force that kind of thing and worry about the fact that you're outside of it, the worse it gets. But just getting absorbed into this tournament seems to have brought back some of that synergy. Some of the single-mindedness that we see from them, the hive mind of PaperX.
That's what made them deadly.
And the pistol rounds have been...
Oh, udah menang 7-5.
I hesitate to say important
Persal
because
bisa
they
kali.
did flip-flop a lot at the beginning of this map. But they could be decisive. Everybody in PaperX grouped up to try to punish Tui's.
Disrespected for that one here. 2 years. Backs away with the TP. Off-angle approach now with the paranoia. Sent flying onto the left-hand side. 2 years. So not accounted for. QCK just trying to back him up as well as bail him out. And they are just collecting all sorts
Nice
of...
banget.
Through the wall, not enough to
Nice
collect
banget.
the kill onto Divide.
Too far forward and not playing great.
Nice banget, bahkan somethingnya dapat heal.
Pushing themselves into spots where they couldn't quite get it.
Wingman bekerja. Aduh.
Himself on the corner but does pick up the kill.
Getting flustered behind.
Untung aja nyet. Untung lu kagak nge-throw anjing.
The aim less. 1v3. You've seen magic.
He's done damage, but he can't get through this wall. It's so powerful on the pistol. On both sides. Right there. For the retake.
Udah ketahuan. Main bareng. Disiplin.
Such a nice addition.
Ingat ini loud less.
Look at this, too much to clear really for less.
Ketemu sama Wingman.
On his face, followed
Digampar.
No kill collected, but he does have too much to do. Already the time's getting away from him. Look at PaperX. Stanced up, holding their ground.
Mantap banget strappingnya.
And that's pistol round 1 out for them. It's been so damn important. Like you said, we've been talking about the details of the importance of it, despite the initial start of this first half, but really it sets them up beautifully.
Look, the slow up there, Divide is used as bait, and they really do bait Loud into taking bad fights in that situation. All of this was set up as well by an underhand KO flash combo with the Dizzy. I know that people have been looking at this.
Wingman juga ngasih damage. Enggak, Wingman cuma ngasih kongkas.
And talking about how he doesn't,
Anjing, hampir.
that kind of thing. But
Gua
they
panik,
are really
anjir.
good at being able to combo those together.
Ada loading segala nih Indigo.
And frankly, PaperX moved fast enough that sometimes you wouldn't even use the second round of Gecko util. Les takes an opportunity to try to go aggressive, gambling on the fact that PaperX
Nice one.
don't have everybody stacked in B main.
This is where the danger zone presents itself. A team like Loud as well, because you've lost the pistol round. And PaperX on our attack side again. Very alt generation heavy. Something now one away from the Thrash to be used into the bonus round into the next. Assuming Loud can't do too much more damage here on their retake.
Nice banget.
On the flash peek into backside.
Kedot nggak sih? Wait. Udah boleh di-respect kali ya.
But Tui's on the flank.
Kedengaran nggak sih?
Yeah, holding the util.
Nice banget.
Close.
Nice banget flicknya, Ji.
To turn that away. Send us down the spiraling path of thrifty after thrifty. But it was not to be. And as you were saying, Brett, building up something's ultimate here is really devastating for Loud. Difficult to deal with. And I think the addition of the Sage Wall just makes so many of these post plants a little easier to play.
Yuk, bisa yuk.
This is a map where we've seen a lot of teams develop really solid retake setups, where the amount of utility coming in just ends up being overwhelming. But if you force the retakers down a certain path dictated by that Sage Wall, things get a little easier for Paper X.
Just throw a wrench into the plans of a lot of teams. I mean, Sage is so unorthodox on this map. Early Thrash. Used to set up here.
Pantesan gue baru ngerasain kayak gini ya.
But a fake.
Gue tuh baru ngerasain yang setiap kali restart jam 2 itu pas ini GC tau. Emang jamnya sih. Kalau zaman kemarin kan yang Champions tahun lalu pun kan ini ya. Kayak udah subuh udah lewat gitu jam restartnya anjir. Pantesan gue ngerasain ini lagi baru. Aduh, mereka dapat spike anjir. Oke, they got the spike walaupun darah monyet segini. Bikin mahal dulu yuk.
Could be worried about some lurking happening here. So just like that, suddenly there's a lot of doubt in the heads of this Brazilian team.
Daylight robbery from Monyet.
You'd expect the spam to be coming through as soon as the smoke gets deployed.
It wasn't there though, and now because Loud was so heavily stacked up around that spike.
Paper X menang lawan siapa kayak?
They've lost
Sentinel.
control.
Yeah.
They're having to triple up and reclear everything together just in case.
And they're slow to do it as well. What you see from Paper X is that after throwing that A utility, they were immediately up mid. And I was praising Sadak in the games that I've been recently watching of Sunset. He's very aware of those mid lurk timings, but Paper X are faster than Louder anticipated.
Planting dulu aja, dapat duit. Culik satu-satu.
Individuals finding timings ahead of when they were going
mahal
to be
aja.
expected. And look at the map here. How far away the nearest Loud player is. Paper X have got tons of time to try to reposition into a spot where they can upend the player disadvantage.
Miles away. Paper X seeking to try and fight them deep
Waduh.
into these angles. Now Loud already for it with those protocols. Monyet left alone to his devices. Only the Spectre in his hands. It would have to be a miracle. It would have to be mistakes to be made.
Udah dicek itu nggak perlu. Monyet langsung maju.
That kill and get that trade online. So that was a bonus round for Paper X.
Or final BO5 nggak ya?
They might even consider that a bit of a success.
Yeah, I think I would. Paper X's economy is in a really nice spot. And not just that, they did find a timing through mid. So anytime one of these timing-based macro plays works, it's going to add another layer of confusion in Sadak's calling.
Yeah.
Because with a composition like this, you have to be mobile to plug the gaps. And if you're slower than your opponents, you're going to leave those gaps open. Something, of course, he is picking up the attack side.
Duh, kalau BO5 nggak bisa gua bagi dua juga lagi streamnya ya.
His opping was sublime.
Masa tiap itu
On a
aja?
set, one of the big reasons that Loud are now.
Oh enggak ya, cepat selesai deh sebelum jam 2 deh.
Massive round for Loud. Have to really lock this one up. Pretty heavy with the economical investment across the board from Loud. I mean, two players with a bit of money to spare, all picked up as well. So Forsaken just doing his darndest to try and build up towards that big ultimate.
Kan udah jam 2 bukan buat besok-besok maksud gua.
Loud choosing to try to fight A main there. Recommitting to the angle after this utility was thrown.
Pushing them up. Here's a pivot though, straight into market.
Check nggak ya nih?
To try and push 2 years off. Here are the sound cues. Tidy placement there with a snake bite. Less well timed on top of it. Here we go. Drone into mid. Monyet. Second tag. Fakes like he could be TPing away, but he still maintains his position and his composure. In through mid now. Deep knife.
Bahaya banget tuh posisi Omen di. Oh, tapi ada wall.
Couple of shots sprayed out. Can't quite break it though. Monyet could really be that insurance player now. Coming out from the back. Here's the rotation.
Nyet, nggak dapat nyet.
Collects him. Quick on it with the trigger. Now we see it. Players lit up.
Something dapat satu.
Beacon, something only the one.
Nice trade.
Forsaken just trying to play in tandem with each other, but they are overwhelming them. Mind free towards the back. Less.
Oh, trade demi trade gini anjir. Tinggal dapai. Oh, dapainya pakai senjata ini lagi.
I'm ticking away.
Not the best weapon.
Tapping again, this time less sticking, not making the same mistake as the prior.
Not the best weapon lah.
Locking down the angle and approach.
Dapainya sendirian dan senjatanya nggak bisa anjir kalau kayak gitu senjatanya dong. Pakai Spectre doang anjir.
QCK's at the bottom of the scoreboard, but most of that is because he found it so difficult on the attack side to get in through A main. He just got beaten up over and over again in that same position.
Sabar aja sih harusnya tuh ya, nggak perlu di-cut. Dapetin mid apa marketnya tuh enak tuh harusnya.
How much the PaperX economy was hurting there. They came into that round with a Stinger and a Spectre, even though I thought they were taking the previous one as a bonus. Clearly they didn't. PaperX messing with their own economy a little bit has put them in a really tough spot.
Oh, they're going to be happy with it. Ooh, wall down. Face potentially can hear it. The footsteps rumbling towards him. He's looking for a tussle and a tumble. Less backing away. Will be postured away from that angle.
It's very rare that you see Less scrambled, but he did seem a little less than his calm usual self there. Forced to backpedal at some pace.
Clear game plan here for PaperX, making sure that they can absorb up all the orbs around the map. PaperX now defaulting back over towards B main.
And Tui's getting posted on A with the AWP. This is something that Loud have brought out fairly recently, but Tui's has been doing quite a lot of AWPing at this event so far.
Yeah.
And it allows them just to post him up on A and then
Belum nemu celah nih, belum nemu celahnya anjir.
They can keep stacks towards the rest of the site. Having said that, Loud are mostly playing B for retake here.
Oke, B akhirnya mainnya.
Inside the market, Dizzy. Looks like connection there onto QCK, so it looks like the wall is intact. Wasn't able to spam it down in time. Forsaken. Tux.
Barengan top 2.
Sirens to play together now. Him and something here. Running back forwards, facing with it. The flash is not connecting here. Less from the back feeling really the heat and the pressure, but ke-7 seeks to relieve it. And now
kalah senjata, bro. Oh, dari situ masalahnya, bro.
You're not getting away with that one yet. TP to evacuate and escape the ire. Still after shock. Plenty of util left. Where that come from?
Nice banget, G.
Mind Freak. 2 on the table now. 2 left to go. Dropping down. Knows they're not on it. Peeking through. Another tap. Will force Mind Freak out into the open. ke-7 really seeking to deny.
Nice banget, G. Nice banget. Dingin. Aku kedinginan. Turu akan menurun.
Ridiculous round for PaperX.
GG.
That was them on a basically an eco.
Dingin, bosku.
Gonna be labeled as a Red Bull clutch, but could just as easily be called the Thrifty. Their economy was
gila.
And Lau could not find a safe
Dingin,
position
bro.
to go for the
Jasad approve. Jasad approve. Dingin, temanku.
Honestly, the other day. It's very hard to play in Sen. John QT's playing the clutch. They can't decide who's sticking. A bit of miscommunication, maybe getting frantic.
It's
gila, coy.
in those situations where you don't have
Seketika Madrid turun salju.
Isolate angles that the clutch player there might.
Madrid turun salju, anjir.
You gotta just tap and push.
Alex udah mau ngamuk.
Half wondering if he can, trying to tap to bait out the peaks, hoping that they can rely on their individual skill to win it out. Mind Freak simply better in that moment. What a way for things to turn around. Because the game plan is actually not really working here for PaperX. So weirdly enough, it's allowed to take the tactical timeout, but I think Alex will be happy to
He's back, bro. He's back.
Team here.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is PaperX are getting into post-plant situations quite a lot.
Musim dingin Madrid dipercepat.
Post-plant aggression, and there's a bit of anti-synergy with the Sage Wall and the position.
Beku, bro. Beku. Sub-Zero, bro.
Just stingers into market there without too much util at hand. They're finding it difficult to pick those timings to disrupt.
Aduh, Avan Ravoli terlalu emosi tampaknya.
But not against the comp that Louder, right?
Okay, Avan.
They're gonna get obliterated. See if they change things up or coordinate that post-plant aggression just a tad bit better.
Strange buy though for Loud.
4 ulti, ya. 4 ulti nih. Harusnya bisa dimanfaatkan.
It is a force.
Yeah.
But Les would rather have a sheriff than anything else.
Sky, I mean, he is incredibly
4 ulti, samping dapat orb sama plan, bisa dapat ulti juga.
Raw aim based on his crosshair placement that I've ever seen.
Slow beginning though for PaperX, nice and cautious off the rip. Trying to see if Loud will overplay their hands. Initially, lots of ults really to work with for PaperX on top of that, so being given that B main control essentially for free. Looking like there is that hesitation though in terms of how they want to play it.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've spotted 2Es, and that seems to be a hard read that if they see 2Es over towards A, it's not the Breach Phoenix setup. Because they were ready to go for the B exec there, and now they've just come all the
Ini
way back
harusnya
over
dapetin
towards A.
orb aja nih samping
That's gonna
semuanya
be
nih.
a call from Mindfreak, I think, because he's the only one getting info on this
Ayo
side.
ting, ambil orbnya ting, habis itu planting.
They're gonna hit a fairly weak site.
Planting.
30 seconds on the clock.
Oh nggak diambil, Cok.
Orb rebounding. 2 years chance to play spoiler. But no, he's out of there. So I'm sticking around to find out with this one. Hunter's Fury to try and deny
Waduh.
this one. Plans will be disrupted. Flash up.
Okay. Nice.
One as well. Connected onto a multitude of players now. The plant and the pit. All
Udah
laid
multi
down
Viper
to
Speed
site.
juga.
This does make it difficult. Toxic screen.
Tapi jangan di dalam semua, yuk.
The field.
No way of really using these flash players to retake in this spot.
Absolutely. Paranoid one yet going to be using this one nice and early, still holding for the shotgun. Molly at your feet, Mindfreak.
Kena api gini.
And he is the critical
Aron.
player. Has to dodge and duck and
Ayo.
weave away from these bullets.
Ayo, Ji.
Flying straight past him as they're trying to attempt to clear through. Look at the ore placement on high.
Nice. Udah nice. Udah ketahuan juga posisi ada yang satu di atas.
He just doesn't have enough info to really work with. Disastrous here for Loud. With the fact that it was that weak
Masih dingin. Masih ada residu dinginnya, bro. Masih dingin ini.
It was weaker because
Masih ketinggalan dari yang tadi tuh. Masih dingin, coy.
There's one sheriff and I think a stinger to work with, but they forced into this to try to stop PaperX from getting to 11 on the board. Loud are now only 2 lost rounds away from being eliminated in 4th place.
Terpantau suhu turun ke minus 20 derajat abangku.
I mean, top 4 of the Masters, listen, that is not bad by any means. They made it to
Suhunya
playoffs,
masih
but
minus.
there's only 8 teams here. Sure, 8 of the top teams. Look at this, another boost play coming out from PaperX.
Kalah sama Strat Kompe, anjing.
We're innovating with that over towards A.
Strat Kompe,
Very
cok.
reminiscent of when they first brought out the Seiren.
Itu mau Kompe, anjing.
The fights here from QCK and 2Es. This
Aduh.
tower is coming crumbling down.
Nyet. Untung lu betnya jago, nyet.
It's pure whimsy. Smiles on the faces as they're having it. I mean,
Gila, flawless, coy. Kasih paham, coy. PaperX mau lawan Sentinel. PaperX mau lawan Tens. Ayo.
And I don't think many people had PaperX winning in 2-0 fashion.
PaperX pengen
Now need 5
rematch
rounds
Sentinel,
to pull this
rematch
out.
dari AVL, ayo.
And for them to go for this boost play, they know that the Dizzy has been broken in many rounds, so they know that somebody is top mid, waiting to break that piece of Gecko utility.
Let's go.
They boost up, get the punish, and all of that in a round where
Itu
Loud
kayak, dapat anjing.
play for overtime, forced to by the Force in round 19.
Ayo.
Round 18, I should say.
And this is now going to take some heroics. Attack there with a knife. What's
He's so
the call
fast.
now for
He's
PaperX?
so fast.
Manya doesn't care.
Monyet.
Disrespectful in nature.
Waduh, nyet. Nggak gitu, nyet, tapi nyet. Monyet ini ya. The duality, anjir.
Now to thrash though. Set this one up forwards here, still slowed. Seeking to
Waduh.
reposition. Kawazin lays down the law.
Wah, Kawazin-nya dapat 2, cok.
Fighting chance.
Can he be the hero?
Ayo,
just
Forsaken
when
dapat
his team needs it. One more onto
Ah,
Forsaken.
sayang banget crosshair-nya
Good control.
lebih pas si Kawazin. Something ini, bos. Something ini, bos. Sebaiknya tidak. Oh, tapi dia nggak tahu posisinya ya. Nice. Nice banget, sudah tahu posisi. Waduh, ente banget. Ente banget, Bang Ilya. Ente banget.
It takes such heroics from Loud to just
Ente banget, Bang Ilya.
of 5 necessary rounds on the board.
Udah dodge itu, udah dodge. Tapi kalau tembak nggak bisa nyalahin anjing.
It looked like the spacing was good. And he'd already shut down that play from Monyet. Deletes 2 players as they come around the corner there. Mindfreak.
Kawazin-nya sih dapat 4 sih.
And it still came down to a 1v1.
Masih bisa beli kan? Ya, masih bisa beli. Something attacker, OP, oke.
Ideally with a couple more players in
Okay.
taking some nasty hits to the eco. It'll have to be done if they want to stay alive in the series, stay alive in the tournament.
Kan lower bracket besok. Ini bahkan sudah lower bracket sekarang.
Timing here. Dueling against less.
Lower final
Let's
besok.
see how he's going to find the opportunity facing against this Viper wall. Les normally plays a little more passive actually.
We have seen, when Loud's back is up against the wall, Les tends to take matters into his own hands.
Nice banget, Pai.
Taken out. It's not the res online
Wah.
for this one, but Divide with him
Apa yang tidak
falling,
expect
no
yang
longer
kedua
available.
The
dari sana?
reaction from PaperX. Looking to try
Oke.
to hoover up this B control.
Ya harusnya sih bisa sih. Bisa. Masih bisa.
Over towards market.
Straight in
It's empty.
Dizzy committed by something. He's looking to see if he can get himself onto the deeper line. You don't expect that.
Masih bisa banget. Apalagi udah dapat satu.
Info gathered, at least that they know that Lester's going to be there, but he's already playing now. High-low setup. The rest of his team out wide here. Something going for the peak.
The timing, bro. Timing sudah memihak PaperX.
Two left standing less. Again, heroics are necessary. And it has to be coming out swinging, traded.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
A fake with the TP, a paranoia evaded and dodged and juked, but the crossfire setup, it's too strong, it's too damn strong. And
GG, boys!
seal it away.
Let's go! Let's go! We're survive! We're still survive! Top 3 secure! Top 3 secure! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Kita secure top 3, bro! Sudah top 3! Let's go, let's go.
What a clash.
Besok kita harus ngelewati tembok pertama ya, by the way ya, besok ya. Tembok pertama, bro, besok, bro. Sentinel.
Loud unable to find the control here today to shut them down.
That we will say goodbye to Loud. The run they wanted, but
udah nice, udah nice. Udah nice ini mah.
02
real, bro. 02 real. Bener kan kata gua, diselesaikan di sunset, bro. Harus diselesaikan di sunset. By the way, nice try buat Loud. Nice try. Sebenarnya nasib kedua tim ini sama, Cok. PaperX sama Loud ini nasibnya sama sebenarnya. Sama-sama kehilangan duelis 1. Kebetulan kayaknya yang Loud lebih sakit.
Absolutely insane stuff that we've witnessed as PaperX.
Kehilangannya lebih sakit di Loud kayaknya.
Yet another day. Let's send it down to the analyst desk to break it all down.
Besok jadwalnya apa? Lower final. BO5.
Coming into this series, a lot of people were just flat out giving it to Loud, but today the day belongs to W Gaming.
This team is inexplicable. Anytime you think they will not perform, this team steps up. They've improved so much from the first match they showed here in Madrid from losing that final to gen.g.
Besok 1 pertandingan, terus tanggal 24-nya 1 pertandingan buat grand final. BO5 dua-duanya, by the way.
They knew how to deal with this comp. The individuals are stepping up. Somehow something looks like a top 5 player of the event, and he's hopping on Gecko every map.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
But you know what, though? I gotta say, I'm liking the ideas that I'm seeing there, even though sometimes they look a little bit rough. I like the way that something's just proactive, wants to get out there. He'll send Wingman to go and handle business and give him a little bit of more
Alec tidak ngomel, iya lagi.
Using the kid in a way that is working for him.
Yeah, we really didn't know what this team's style was.
Siapa tadi lo udah gue bilang.
They have continued to find themselves.
Besok lower atau top lower. Lower final sama BO5 ya, sama grand final.
Yeah, and that is very scary for anyone else that they will go up against. The question is obviously, can they maintain this momentum? But here's a fascinating thing about this game is that, quite honestly, Mimi, and I say this with full respect, it was like a boring game to a certain extent. PaperX were kind of just doing their thing. They were drilled. They had moments where they just.
Besok dukung siapa nih? Gue dukung dua-duanya, tapi tetap gue PaperX. Gue suka Bang Tens, tapi in the name of team, PaperX, bro. Dingin, bro. Mukanya Alex. Aku senang lihat Alex kayak gini. Pelukan lagi. Pelukan lagi, Cok. Monyetnya pelukan lagi. Yo, dapai.
I'm here with the Vi. First of all, congratulations on the win. Now, I have a very first important question. Your team wears the banner W Gaming. Can you explain to me how does an opping Gecko fit so well into a W Gaming team?
I mean, technically on Sunset we don't really have duelists, but I mean, men just love to op, you know, like it doesn't matter what agent you put on him, like.
Gak peduli Ilya pakai apapun, kalau orangnya emang udah Jago main OP mah jago aja, Cok. Begituin, basically. Basically gitu.
He thinks that he's still playing duelist, you know. But I mean, as long as he's working out, should be fine, you know.
Ok, le he preguntado que cómo puede ser posible que en un equipo que le gusta ir...
Udah selesai kamu, udah selesai ini.
Un Gecko con el operator, y la verdad que dice que something funciona muy bien cuando no tienen duelista. Y cuando también lo tienen, pues mira, él se siente cómodo, tiene esa manera
IJ Rewards Map 1 ada di itu, ada di stream gue yang sebelah. Yuk. Tadi sempat rungkat soalnya kayak biasa. Rungkat tiap jam 2.
When you were back at the hotel, thinking about today, like what were the learning points from yesterday to today?
Apa ya evaluasinya kemarin?
We learned that most of the teams when they play us, they kind of like really study us, you know. So we just like, we have to either go even W gaming or try to counter them, you know. Like I mean for this we match.
Katanya semua tim yang kita hadapi udah tahu cara mainnya mereka. Bener sih.
It's probably just counter less, you know. I mean he's been giving us a lot of trouble last time. So yeah, as long as Les doesn't play well, I think we are good to go.
So interesting. Le he preguntado porque obviamente después de
ayer tadi Nawa memberikan 1 gift membership. Thank you ya Nawa ya. Dimas Rizky berterima kasih kepada Nawa.
De hoy lo más importante era conterear a Les, que no tuviera la libertad que a veces tiene y sabían que podían llevarse esta victoria. I love that you say this also because tomorrow you're going up against Sentinels.
Rematch Grand Final AVL.
You know, and there's only one remaining team from Americas. How do you think that is going to be different? Because you say you do have the experience with Loud, but you do not have it. Well, off-season tournaments, yes.
Yeah, I mean, technically we played Sentinel before, and they kind of like beat us to it. And I think this time is a good time for us to prove ourselves again. And I think it's gonna be hard, definitely. They've been playing very well, but I think this time we have to prove that PRX bundle is better than Sentinel's bundle, you know.
Kita harus membuktikan kalau PRX bundle lebih bagus daripada Sentinel bundle. Let's go, let's go. Sama anjir kelakuannya. Gini. Di sini suhu ruangan udah dingin, Fadlan. Udah turun. Udah minus. Orang-orang yang nonton udah pakai jaket ini. Udah pakai jaket, sarung tangan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kukuka, for that Verizon post-match interview with Devi. Absolute wildness down there as the fans were all getting into it. So we're just glad that we're back here again to cover what was honestly an awesome game to talk about the end of the day. And we lost a little bit of hair on the desk, you know. So we were follically challenged.
Ahmad Rafli juga memberikan 1 gift membership. Thank you, Ahmad Rafli.
Kukuka is simply you put a wig on me, I look exactly like Kukuka.
Terima kasih merayakan kemenangan PEPREX dengan gift membership.
Josh, say Spanish right now. See, yeah, nailed it. All right. Well, first, before though, we do have to say goodbye to Loud, a team that we all know and love. It was a tough matchup for them. But Sideshow, I mean, we were talking about it before you obviously on the cast. It just felt as if this game, it was like PaperX just managed to get Loud out of their groove and into a real bad funk, and it felt like they were never able to get into this.
Yeah, I think the Pacific teams have been massively underestimated, actually. They exposed one of the problems with Loud's current setup, which is that when you play without a Sentinel and you have to be really active around the map, to make sure that you plug those gaps with timings, there are no teams that play timings.
Fans monyet nambah apa minus kayak
They're more opportunistic than most of
the
the
tahu
others.
dah. Tadi tuh naik turun lihat kelakuannya anjir.
Wailing at the screen.
Yeah.
He was texting me during the game. This is the greatest day of his life, I think. When his future child is born, not better than gen.g and PaperX winning in the same day.
Yeah, but I think that people hard underestimated the Pacific teams, and I think that
You say people. Was it not?
Apa sejarahnya ada boneka beruang bang? Nggak ada. Emang dari lore-nya ada aja di sana. Mengganti teddy bear-nya. Tidurnya nyak gua kayak mantap.
We were seeing some bizarre things from PaperX throughout Swiss.
But I think that's what's so impressive, that they managed to make this comeback. Like you were talking about on the cast, they've been learning throughout this run at Madrid. I think really starting to find themselves in their comps, and also the individuals finding form.
I think they're actually unlearning. Does that make any sense? They were trying. I think they were trying too hard
It's
before.
like when you get someone out of a cult, you have to deprogram them and then get the new good stuff in.
Yeah, I think it kind of was like
I'm
that.
saying they were.
Kayak boneka wingman-nya beli di mana tuh? Kayaknya di sana deh, di venue deh dijual.
I would happily join the cult of PaperX.
The Kool-Aid.
Pesan dari monyet nggak ada bang.
Bundle when you join the cult. It's great.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'm in.
Oh boy.
Ada yang minta pesan dari monyet.
subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu.
Ih, kenapa no sih?
Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa
Belum gue
membership juga
komboin
ya.
sama yang lain
pelukan dulu.
loh. Kalian mau gue komboin sama yang lain?
Buruan. Ji. Mantap
Gue mau
Ji.
nge-remix. Gue
Jangan lupa
kan
membership
sekarang
juga
DJ
ya.
guys.
Pelukan dulu.
Gue mau ngasih tahu aja. Sekarang gue lagi belajar nge-DJ guys.
Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji.
Bersiaplah
Ji.
kalian semuanya.
Jangan lupa membership
Aku lagi
juga
belajar
ya.
nge-DJ.
Pelukan dulu.
Tunggu
Woi,
aku.
subscribe. Aduh capek.
Aku lagi belajar nge-DJ.
Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji.
Aku lagi belajar nge-DJ guys.
Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu.
Collab guys, ini adalah era yang collab.
Subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Subscribe. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan.
Sampai jam 3 gak sih? Sampai jam 3 gak sih kita remix-nya?
Membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek. Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu.
Sekarang kalian tahu kan kenapa Indigo mematikan wifi saya?
Buruan. Ji. Mantap Ji. Jangan lupa membership juga ya. Pelukan dulu. Woi, subscribe. Aduh capek.
Aduh
Buruan.
gue juga capek cok.
Ji.
Gue juga capek anjing. Gue juga capek cok. Keren gak guys, gue belajar nge-DJ cok. Itu masterpiece kedua gue tahun ini. Ya udah guys, udahan dulu ya guys ya. Semoga kalian mimpi indah habis habis melihat yang tadi. Thank you guys udah nonton bareng sama gue. Kita ketemu lagi besok di Lower Final. Bye. Goblok.